Hello, I'm Mindful Adventures. Are you ready for your weekly dose of the blog post? I'm coming to you from inside my house because there are so many mosquitoes outside and it's really fucking hot. This is 86, but I guarantee you the feel like temperature is like 90 something. Yeah, feels like 92. We ain't doing that. And there's so many mosquitoes. So no mosquitoes. Also, my dog is behind me tearing up his legs because he got bit up by the skeeters. So sorry if you hear that. Anyway, this is the final full week of the Mental Health Awareness Month, and the final week of this month, which has been all about mental health. Not that every month isn't about mental health, but this month is mostly about making changes and making sure that they stick. And this is the final week, so we're gonna lock in all that. The first week we talked about evicting negative squatters from our temple, from our space, from our area, getting rid of our innermost critics and banishing them forever, right? And then we also, in the second week, we turned all that heavy energy and we alchemized it into gold, alchemized it into something that we can use for ourselves, to better ourselves and to better our lives, so that we can live the lives that we deserve, the lives that we know we should be living, right? Like we all have like a dream, you know what I mean? We have those dreams for a reason, right? So we got to use that energy to help us. And then last week we wired safety directly into our nervous systems by speaking to our nervous system in a way that it understands, through feeling, through actually sitting there with the emotion and working through it, and being like allowing ourselves to show up for ourselves in a somatic way that gives us closure, right? Because closure is a decision. I know that's something I don't think I've mentioned that yet. But closure is a decision. It's not something that comes from somebody else. That's something that you decide, that you give to yourself. Because half the time you're just not gonna get that closure, right? And by the closure, I mean like the why the situation went the way it did, or why people be acting the way that they do. And sometimes you never know. And sometimes you do know and you find out, 20/20 hindsight, like I said, like we find out the reason why, usually way off in the future, and at that point it doesn't even really matter. That's why it's important to, in the moment, be like, all right, this happened and now let's work through it. Right? Right. Ain't got no freaking AC. But it's cooler in here than it is out there. So anyway. So this week for the finale, we are going to be making those updates permanent. We are going to move from a temporary healing phase into an eternal reign over our peace. We're turning from temporarily, like, okay, now this is what we need to fix, this is what I need to do, this is what is going on for me. Now we're moving into what are non-negotiables, right? What is the thing that's going to keep us at peace with ourselves and our lives? That is what we're doing this week, right? Yeah, yeah. You can't really see my hands. You can see my fingers, but like this black. Anyway, so let's talk about the law and never going back, right? Oh, and at any point during this video, if you decide, hey, I want to read the blog post, or is there something that's more direct, you can read the blog post down below in the description. It's titled Legacy of Peace, Writing Your Mental Constitution, because we're talking about writing your mental constitution, so why wouldn't, blog posts be related to the video and all that? I'm taking off these shoes because they're uncomfortable right now. Anywho, now I feel more free and open. And Barrett's here with me in my little incense. I always got my incense going on while I'm doing these. Got a vibe. And of course, for all of my notes and stuff up here. Of course, if nothing, I don't have any notes, then there will be nothing up here. But I am Jamila. I forgot to mention, I'm Jamila. I'm the editor-in-chief, founder, operator, CEO, all that stuff here at Mindful Adventure. And I'll be guiding you through this. All right. Okay. So, the law of never going back, right? I used a video game analogy in last week's vlog, and I kind of regret not using it in the video, but at that point, the video came out before the video was finished, before I finished writing the blog post. So, I mean, that's typically how I do it. I usually do these first, and then I finish the blog post. But that's neither here nor there, right? Right, right, okay. So basically, like, our lives are similar to video games, right? Each lesson is like a level, and like each level gets gets a little bit harder. Like, just like if you're in, like, think about it this way: you're a kid, right, and you experience the only thing that's coming to me is loss, and I know this is probably going to trigger some people, but like, bear with me. You're a kid, you have a family dog or like a cat or like a family pet, or you have a pet, your own pet. Like, maybe you had a hamster or something. I've had a couple of hamsters. And you lose that pet, and it's hard on you, and it hurts a lot. You know what I mean? But then as you get older, you naturally start to lose people. Like, people start to pass away, like grandparents, aunts, uncles, people who, great aunts, like older people start to pass away, or maybe younger people. But when you're a kid, you learn the smaller lesson, but then as you get older, you're losing more important people, that it's like it's affecting you in a different way. And it's like each time you lose something, it's like a little bit harder, if that makes sense. Like, I think that makes sense. I feel like that's a horrible analogy. I feel like there's something I could use grade school as an example, but like, we already know that grade school is supposed to be easy and then harder, 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 and like, that's something that we've designed. But I'm talking about something that was not designed by people. We didn't design mortality. So I feel like it helps. Maybe, I don't know. If it helps you, it helps you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe I'll give a better example later on. Just stick with me, bear with me. We gonna get through this. So basically, once you finish like that level, or once you finish that boss, once you finish that like end lesson, you know what I mean? Like, you don't start the game from zero, right? Like, usually the game saves your progress, or you save your progress, depending on how the game is set up. You save your progress, so the game saves your progress, and then you move on to the next level, right? Same thing. Like, when we're learning and we're growing and we're going through things, like, there's things that like they're different levels. Like, when we're kids, we're learning pretty basic stuff, like learning how to speak, walk, talk, interact with people, express ourselves, and in a plethora of different ways of expressing. I feel like I should just leave it at that, because like, when we're kids, like, we're learning how to express ourselves, and there's so much more than just speaking, right? There's different ways that we move, different ways that we behave, different ways we walk, talk. Our posture is like a way of expressing ourselves, right? The way that we dress, like, we're learning all of these things as kids. And of course, as we're getting older, we're learning other things, like we're getting more complicated relationships. Like, we started off with our parents, right? Or immediate caregivers. I'm not saying everybody had parents, but your immediate caregivers. And then you move on from like that to like more extended family, typically. I mean, unless they were always there, then extended family's always there, and they're basically like immediate family. And then you go off to school, or you find people at the park, you become friends with people, and you start to talk to those people, and that's like a different type of relationship. It's kind of more complicated, because it's not your family. It's not like they were there since day one. I mean, some of them friends, you get your day ones. I understand that. But I mean, like, that's more complicated relationship, because most people, family first, family comes first, family this, family that, and we were like super family orientated. But when it comes to friends, it's like they're not family, so like, it's not the same. It's like a different relationship. Like, that's an outsider you're bringing in to your life, right? And then of course after that, coworkers, and you start working with people, and then they're like work friends, you know what I mean? But they're not like friends. And then that's a professional relationship. Like, that's not something you have to deal with a baby, right? Professional relationships with a baby. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the relationships get more and more complicated as you grow up. And then of course, partnerships, and if you decide to like have a partner, like or you decide to have multiple people. I am inclusive. If you're Pan, like, I'm not here, or not Pam, but like, Polly, I'm not here to like tell you wrong. I don't care. Like, you can do whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody. Continue doing what you're doing, right? But I'm just saying, like, of course, as you grow up, like, you start having these more complicated relationships. So I feel like that was probably better of an example than the death one. But I feel like the death one's a valid one. Like, a lot of people, like, they'll get their kids pets when they're little, so they learn early, like, what death is. Not every kid. That's not. Some people say like, responsibility, but they're also in the same breath teaching this child this is what it means to lose something or someone that you care about. I should say someone, honestly, if we're talking about pets. Losing someone so important to you and you never thought you were going to lose them, you know what I mean? Because, like, that's usually how it is when you lose somebody. Like, damn, fuck, really? Like, they're gone? Like, fuck, you know what I mean? I've lost so many people in my life. It's not even funny. But, yeah. Ugh, thirsty as fuck. Okay. So when we move on from these things, right? When we're moving on from like those relationships, or we're moving on from one thing to the next. I'm not saying like we're leaving, like we're not leaving our parents and then fuck our parents. Like we don't even talk to them no more. Now we talk to friends. Like no, that's not how it works. Because our relationship with our parents evolve. Like a relationship with other people, they always evolve and change. Sometimes they do fall off. Sometimes they don't. Like I don't talk to my dad, my biological dad. I don't talk to him. Last time I talked to him, he literally told me to go talk to somebody else for something that only he would know. So anyway, so like just keep that in mind, right. You need a lot. You learn the information that you've learned from these things, like the information like you learn from your parents. Like there's different things you learn from your parents. Like some of us learn that love is conditional. Sometimes we learn that when we perform, we're able to receive love, and sometimes we meet friends that also have that exact same upbringing, so they also perpetuate this into our lives. And that's something that like we're learning, but also at the same time, like we should be learning that like love is not conditional. Love should never be conditional. Love should be given freely because it is free and it is a choice. And if you're choosing to give and take love, I'm sorry, but I feel like you're kind of evil in my opinion. I'm not saying if someone like crossed you and you decide like fuck I don't want to love them anymore. Okay, that's fine. Like personally, I love everybody, but I don't like everybody. There's a difference between liking somebody and loving them. Like I can like this might be controversial, but I can love the president, but I ain't gotta fucking like him. Fuck that nigga. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave that in there. I'm not gonna edit that. I usually edit those out, but it's my most political statement to date. Fuck that. All right. Let's go ahead and move on from that because we're moving forward, right? We just learned a lesson. We learned something about me that you guys didn't know. I mean, I hope you guys would know. I don't know. Kinfolk don't mean kinfolk, but who cares? That phrase has been playing in my mind for about a week now. Kinfolk don't mean kinfolk. I don't know. I don't know if that's like my guides are trying to tell me like, hey, be wary of people, you know, or what? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. It might mean something like 3 years from now that I need to worry about. Anywho, total tangent. I'm sorry, guys. Let's get back to it. So, typically, humans, right? We will find comfort in old chaos. We'll find comfort in a familiar hell than an unfamiliar heaven. In other words, we would rather put ourselves through the shit that we've been going through for the past however long. I usually, I mean, at this point, usually when it comes to like this type of stuff, it's usually been years or it's been months, like more than 6 months, like almost a year pushing, you know? And you're getting to a point where you're like, fuck, I hate this. Like, I'm going through the same cycles over and over and over again, right? And when you keep going through these same cycles, you're learning like lessons, right? These lessons that you're learning will keep coming back to you until you like realize, oh, the reason why I kept dating the same people, even though they were completely different people, but it was the same relationship, was because I was abandoning myself in the relationship. Or I keep going to the same toxic work environments all the time. Like, it's a better job, but it's more toxic than the one I was just at. And then you realize, like, you're not valuing yourself as much as you think you should, and you're not even supposed to be doing what you're doing. Maybe there's something, maybe you can not afford, but like, yeah, afford to put yourself in a higher position. Like, go find another like place that one, treats you with respect, two, gives you more respect, more respect than you've gotten before, and three, like, actually feeds and grows you. Because who wants to get stuck in a situation, in a job, where they don't help your development or help your growth, your mental at all? Like, that's not helpful. That's not healthy. I wouldn't want to be stuck in that fucking situation. That's why I don't work for nobody. I mean, that's not the only reason I don't work for anybody, but it's one of the main reasons. The last people I actually worked for, as like a regular 9 to 5 job. Well, actually, it was an 8 to 6 job, but anyway, 10-hour job. They would have people come in like once a month, and we would do like mental, was it like self growth, self development, stuff like that, and like help us like through stuff. Because I mean, I was working a vet tech job that might not seem super stressful, but when you have emergencies come in, and pets die, and you're dealing with euthanasias, and like it's just very stressful, and like sometimes it's hard to like put ourselves first in situations like that, because we're worried about the owner, we're worried about the pet, and we're worried about like that relationship, and like making sure that everything works smoothly for them, because they're losing, one of, like, I just talked about losing people, losing pets. It's hard, when you've been your best bud for forever. Like, there were several people that be like, my dog was fine, and then this week they just like were really sick, and I don't know what's going on, and then it turns into a quality of life conversation, because their pet's in like serious decline. And some people are like that too, completely healthy for years and years and years, and then they get to like a certain age or whatever, and then like all of a sudden they're like super sick, and then it's like, oh, they're like they're going through it. I did not mean to do that. I just realized I put that on mic. So sudden things happen, and you gotta like work through that. And as a person in the medical field, if you're in, I know I was a vet tech, but like same shit. Okay, same shit. We're dealing with loved ones. People love these animals. People love these creatures, and they're a part of their family. So yeah, it's the same shit. I, I need to get a drink of water, and then we're gonna continue. But anyway, maybe you're in a job situation that's shitty, and like you want to work through it, and you keep finding yourself in the same job, you know what I mean, until you realize, like, okay, I deserve better pay. I deserve to get the job. The people who have been managing me for the last 20 years, I can now manage myself, so I can take their job, instead of like, keep going for the same position over and over and over again, and then being stuck in like this loop of like, I wish I could be doing more, but you're not sure if you can do more because you got that imposter syndrome. And maybe you're dealing with imposter syndrome, and that's a lesson that we all have to learn. I'm learning that. Like, I sometimes, when as I'm recording this, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to. Small Birdie doesn't want to post everything, because like I'm scared, but at the same time, it's like, this is me. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not show up as me? Like, then I'm abandoning myself. I can't do that shit. But I'm learning, right? I'm learning these lessons. I'm learning like how to open up, how to be open and like accepting of all my phases and where I'm at. Like, I'm doing this. I'm showing up on YouTube. Like, if you guys have been here since the beginning or watched my beginning stuff, I was never this open. I mean, I was open, but I wasn't like this open. Like, I was kind of nervous. I'm still nervous. Who's not nervous, right? Like, I know there's people who are like millionaires, like actors, like people we look up to, like artists, like, and they're still dealing with imposter syndrome, and they've been what for how long? You know what I mean? And they're still not. How do you? We're human. A lot of us are going through a lot of this. A lot of us are learning similar lessons, and that's why I feel like I'm able to like give you guys some really good examples for some of these things, because like I've gone through that. I literally would only look for entry level jobs. I mean, of course, I mean, like, I'm not, I don't think, right, that I could like take, not that I don't really want a manager job, because I am still in school and I do want to become a vet. So like there's that, but like there's other positions that I could probably get to, like I could be like a supervisor instead of being like a grunt employee, you know what I mean? Like, I could be like working with the head people and like making sure shit is taken care of. But again, I have a regular job, and I'm about to turn this shit around. Like, how about this be my timestamp? This is the last time Not the last time, but this is gonna be one of the few last times I'm gonna be in this situation. So fucking hot. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, it's important like when you're like trying to step out of like that chaos, out of that old hell, like all the stuff I'm just like I'm describing, like step out of that. To step out of that, it might seem more scary. Like when you actually go do it, it seems more scary than when you just sit there and think about it. Because like you're actually doing the work, and your brain's like, this is not something that we normally do. Change is not normal. This is terrifying. Oh my god. Overreact. Overreact. That's what our brains do because it thinks that something is fundamentally wrong when everything's going right, but it thinks it's fundamentally you could feel so safe in your body. You could feel so received and loved. And your body, especially if you've never felt that way before, and your body can still be like, something's wrong, error, error, help, warning signs, triangles, exclamation marks, bright red letters. Oh my god, what's happening? Because your body's not used to it. Even though you feel safe, you've never felt so safe in your whole life, but you feel safe, and you're still freaking out. Like our minds do not like change. That's why it's important to take it slow, but also at the same time to set up internal boundaries with ourselves so that we can make safety nets. We can make these things for ourselves so that the transition is easier, and no one's going to know how to make that easier for you but you. And also at the same time, I'm not saying like, I mean, yes, take your time, but I'm not saying like take so much time that now you're in your deathbed and you're like, oh, that took too much time. You know. So we talking about that. We talking about it. So so yeah, it's important to draw like those firm boundaries with yourselves. Like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like, I'm not gonna keep taking jobs. I'm not gonna keep getting in the same shitty ass fucking relationship because I now realize that I'm abandoning myself and I need to show up for myself. So I'm gonna step out of this relationship. Like, there's a song by I think her name is Miller Bay or Bea Miller. I think it's Bea Miller. Her song's literally like, it's not you, it's me. Literally, she's like, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just me. I'm leaving you for me because I realize that this is just not working for me. Sometimes you gotta do that shit. Like, sometimes you just gotta like step out of the shit and be like, reevaluate yourself and be like, okay, this is what I want, right? And then go do it. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, the doing is a lot harder than just talking about it. Like, it's easier said than done, falls into this category. But if you're here, I know that you're here for a better life. I know that you're here to improve your life, and I'm proud of you for even being here. Like, you're 20 minutes into this video and you're still here and you're still learning, and I'm very grateful that you're here, and I'm just happy that you're here because I'm learning as I'm telling you guys this stuff. All of this stuff, I'm learning and growing too. Actually, I'm learning and growing more rapidly than I've ever done before because I'm doing this, and I think it's like so magical, right? I think it's magical. It's magic. I love it. Hey. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the second section because we're gonna talk about the points. I forgot to mention, yeah, the point the yeah. I was gonna drink some more water. I don't need more water. I need to sit here for a second. How about we all breathe together? If you're here still, let's breathe together. And if you don't want to breathe with me, skip through it. Let's start with some deep inhales and long exhales. We're not gonna do anything fancy, just deep inhales and exhales. I need to chill down. I'm going too fast. I'm not going fast enough. I'm going fast. I'm going too fast. See, this is something I deal with all the time. Am I talking too fast? Am I talking about too much? Too much? Something too much? Am I not giving something else enough attention? You know what I mean? But just gotta breathe. Just gotta breathe. Sometimes you just gotta breathe. Like I said, sometimes you gotta step out of that situation and evaluate, because like you get so wrapped up in your head, right? You get so wrapped up in your head, Holmes. All right, so drafting our mental constitution. All right, this is what we're really here for. This is what you guys are here for. You're like, what the fuck is a mental constitution? Like, what is that? I mean, I kind of like explained it a little bit, but we gonna dive into it because I like to talk about everything that I can. Of course, I do miss some things, and I put them in the blog post. So, like, of course, check out both things because that's really what you should be doing. Uh, so drafting your mental constitution. So a mental constitution is a set of unbreakable rules that protects the peace of the citizens, your mind, body, and soul, right? This protects you, you, you. I know I have been looking off to the side. I do that a lot, but you, right there, you, for you. This is protecting you. This means you come up with the constitution. This means you come up with the rules. This means you set the boundaries in place. This means do not go ask everybody in there unless you really trust them and you need like some kind of character judgment thing. Like, okay, that's fine. But ultimately, everything should be coming from you. Like, you should not be like going to other people for advice. Okay, cool. But like, don't be like having them run your life. Like, this is for you. Like, you should honestly, personally, I should not be attracting people who don't want to live sovereign lives. Like, I don't think I should be. I mean, that's the kind of person that I am. But of course, if you, I mean, maybe you don't want to live a sovereign life, that's okay. But like, you came to this video, and I'm glad you're here because you're learning something. But truly, I truly believe that these messages are for people who want to be sovereign, people who want to be in their own power, and people who want to like empower themselves and empower other people, because that's who I am. That's what I'm doing. Like, I feel like I should be attracting these types of people. So if you're that type of person, I don't know, leave a heart in the comment. I don't care what color it is. Just leave a heart, and so I know it's you, and we can vibe. But anywho, but yeah, so this is unbreakable rules. These are your non-negotiables. Like, every morning I wake up and meditate. That's a non-negotiable. I will not, like, I literally, there's a couple times I'm like, I've definitely in the last 2 years, almost 2 years, it's been also almost been 2 years since I've been meditating every day. Oh my god! But in the last 2 years, I could probably say there's like maybe like 2 weeks out of those 2 years, like altogether, like 14 days where I like was not meditating as often as I should. And now I meditate at least enough to put my armor on, at least enough to like do my affirmations and to like ground and all that. At least, like, before I'd be like, I have to go do the thing. No, I'll stop myself, lay in bed for like 10, 15 minutes. Like, I meditate right after waking up, and then I do my meditation. That's my non-negotiable for my soul and my peace. That keeps me sane. So that's something that I do. Of course, you don't have to do that. That's fine. Like, meditation, I feel like meditation is for everybody, but there's different forms of meditation. So like, you shouldn't be like, oh my god, she meditates this way, I have to meditate that way. Oh my god. Like, no. There's different ways to meditate. You can meditate while you're walking. You can meditate while you're driving. You can meditate while you're eating food. Like, you can, like, meditation is not just like like, no. And I really even do that. The only time I ever do that is if I'm like trying to calm myself down to get into a meditation. I'll do the because like we talked about last week, that that brings us to equilibrium. It brings our soul. It calms us down. It calms our nervous system down. Okay. So let's go ahead and yeah, I explained my my poetry. My meditation. That's a non-negotiable. It's wonderful. We got another one. Law of non-negotiable peace, right? What do I do not let people, like, I do not let people slide back into my life who treat my boundaries as suggestions. Like, if I've told somebody what my boundaries are, right? And they're like, I don't fuck with it. So fuck you. I'm just gonna come in and do the thing I told you no. I do not appreciate when you do this. That's when we're gonna have to hit some hard walls. Like, I'm gonna spend less time with you. I'm not gonna talk to you as much, and we want to keep it at that. But if you keep you keep doing that, I've dropped people. Like I said, my dad. I talked to him once because I had one question for him for something that, like, when I was a kid, I was looking for something that he had, because like I've been wanting to get a hold of it for a while, And I was like, "Do you have it?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. Go talk to your sister." And it's like, bro, I don't even talk to her like at all. Like, we didn't even grow up together. Like, what? Why would I talk to her about it? Just because she likes video games doesn't mean she knows exactly what the fuck you're playing, like, or what it was that you had. You know what I mean? But anywho, he's a very shallow person. Like, I can't talk to him about deep topics. He's never met himself at that level, and I can't force him to. And so I don't keep him around. I don't want a superficial person in my life. I'm sorry, I can't handle it. If we're gonna sit here and talk, and all you want to talk about is the weather and how so and so is doing, and like your dog, and we never actually talk about how you're feeling and how you're experiencing what you're experiencing, or maybe, fuck, even me, I'm not even able to talk to you about like some deep shit. I don't really want you around. Mostly because like I deserve to have deep and emotionally um fulfilling conversations. And if you're not going to provide that for me, to me, because I'm providing that to you, there's no reason for you to be around. I know that sounds really rough, right? But I mean, there was other things that he did. We're not going to get into it. And then, of course, there's my grandmother, who completely oversteps her boundaries all the time. Like, she does not care. Like, I literally told her what my boundaries were. She was good for a year. She did really good for 1 year. And then she just decided that none of that mattered, and she didn't care. And she was going to walk all over my life and tell me what I need to do. And if I didn't do the thing that she told me I needed to do, then she was going to call me out my name and tell me I was a horrible person and all this shit. And I'm like, really? No. This is exactly why I didn't want to talk to you in the first place. Done. We're done. We're done. We're done. She called me. What did she call me last week? I'm not answering that fucking phone. I have your phone number. If I need to get in touch with you, I'll call you. But there's so many people that talk to you on a daily basis that I don't even need to talk to you. I can just talk to them. How is she doing? Oh, okay, cool. I don't have tolerance for people who are going to sit here and walk all over me and treat me like shit. And you shouldn't have that tolerance either. Like I said, slowly weed them out your life, and if they can't get the fucking program, you might just have to cut them off. I don't care who they are. I really don't care, because people are going to be acting trifling, whether they be your mama, daddy, best friend, sister, uncle, gym teacher. It doesn't matter, right? Like, they're going to act the way they fucking act at all times, because humans, they're consistently inconsistent, if that makes sense. Like, if their personality, if their deep down is a certain way, it's going to show, and there's nothing they can do about it. So be aware of that. If someone's presenting themselves to you in a certain way, let's not look at what they could be, right? Let's look at what they're presenting to you. Because if you're looking at what they could be, then you get stuck in the loop of oh shit, I'm sorry guys. Then you get stuck in the loop of people pleasing, because you're like, oh well, you have the potential to know. What are they presenting to you right now in this moment? Because that's who they are right now in this moment. Right? We're not going to sit here and try to fix them. You can't fix anybody who doesn't want to be fixed. Not even want to be fixed, who doesn't even want help. Someone who doesn't even know that there is a problem. You can't help them. Okay. Next one. Law of core routine. Like I said, my daily meditation checks in. I said that. Like, they're not options. These are some things that I have to do. This calms me down. This sets my neural pathways clear and sets me up for success for the rest of the day. When I don't meditate, I notice that when I don't meditate, I'm like, I mean, I'm already like everywhere already anyway, because like, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD or something. I don't know. I would love to get tested. I mean, come on, guys. If you guys want to support me down in the link tree. Is what I'm saying. Oh, this mic is about to die. We're gonna switch over mics. I think this one's off. It should be. It's not off. Okay. I haven't charged this mic in like forever. Okay. I'm not gonna cut that. I'm not gonna cut anything. I'm gonna keep everything in this one. I feel like this one should be as raw as possible, because what I'm about to do, what's about to start happening is gonna be crazy. I'm excited. You guys should be excited. I'm going to implement so many changes. Hopefully, bring more people in. Just share with people. Get excited. Come on, this is your community too, not just mine. I want this to be a safe place for all of us. Bring more people in. I don't know. Maybe they only see like a couple seconds. Maybe they skip through the video, but they find something in it that works for them. I put all kinds of random shit in here. For all I know, I might be like sometimes I go off on random tangents and it ends up being exactly what someone needed to hear. How was I supposed to know? I don't know. I just speak. I just start speaking, okay? Okay, I'm channeling, I guess. Not I guess. I know I am channeling most of the time when I'm doing these things. So I like check out and then I go watch the videos and I'm like, oh shit, that's good. That's good. Because sometimes, I mean, you guys have been here. You guys have been here. You know, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if that even made sense. And when I go do the review it, I'm like, oh, it did make sense. It did work. Everything's fine. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then the law of zero performance, like you no longer need to perform to stay small or to keep other people comfortable. Like stop performing, like stop like for me, like this is one of my biggest things. Like I am learning to take up space. I hate wearing bras. And it makes a lot of people in public uncomfortable, which I think is really funny. Like people won't look at me because they see that I'm not wearing a bra and it's like they act like they're really uncomfortable and it's like why does a bra make or break a person? Like why does that matter? Like yeah, I'm like 27 and I look like I have grandma titties. But like, why does that matter? Like, why does that make you uncomfortable? It's a human body. Chill, motherfucker. It's really funny watching people get uncomfortable. But like, in that situation alone, I'm trying to be comfortable. Like, I'm trying to just like be myself. Like, I never like when I was a kid, I wanted to wear a bra so bad, and then I had to wear a bra, and then I realized bras were ass. If you're a woman, I think you might get it. I don't know, you might not. Whatever, this is me, my story. But I hate bras, so I try not to wear them, and I don't wear them as often as I usually do. Sometimes I wear them with crop tops because, like, said I got grandma titties, so like the crop top ain't gonna hold nothing, but unless it's like stretchy. Okay, I need to step away from that. But I'm trying to like take up space just in my clothing, like wear something that's comfortable. I feel comfortable in. Other people might be like, "Oh my god, I would never be caught dead in that." Okay, that's cool. But this is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I want to wear. If I want to wear short shorts with my thigh highs and my boots and my crop top and my hair in pigtails or something like that, I don't give a fuck what you gotta say. So I'm comfortable. This is what I want to fucking wear. And you can look at me like, I don't give a fuck. Keep that stank face to your fucking self. Okay? Okay. But I'm trying to take up space in that way. And also at the same time, like when I'm out in public, I like to shrink and hide. Um, because I'm an only child, and I didn't really like to cause confrontation or really get in anybody's way. I just like be in the background and like exist and like exist in that plane of being. And so I would intentionally try to keep myself small so that I wouldn't draw attention to myself. And now I'm trying to like express myself more. So when I'm outside door dashing, especially when I'm door dashing, it's great because I get to experience other people. And talking to like different like I get to all kinds of people in all kinds of states, like all kinds of experiences and stuff. Like I've come across people who are grieving. I've come across people who are just having a bad day. I've had come across people who are having amazing days. I've come across people who are I see multiple times a day because I have to come into that business multiple times a day, and they start opening up and talking to me about stuff, and like we vibe. But for the most part, like back in the day, I would avoid all that. Like I'd be like, can I just get my job done and leave? Like, no, I'm trying to like actually like be more open and not like so scared. So like in the future, you know, when I finally blow up, you know, y'all can come up to me and I'm not like and I can actually like, hey, oh my god, that's so cool. I'm so glad you've been with me since the beginning. Hey, my full adventure is so cool, blah 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 blah. And we can talk about it and vibe and get pictures or whatever. I don't know. I can just give you a hug. I mean, I feel like a hug is better than pictures. Wait, that's just me. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive into building the legacy of peace, right? Because those are the, like I said, my non-negotiables. I am trying to take up more space. It is funny because I'm literally 5'10". Like, I'm a tall woman. My hair is, I draw a lot of attention. I'm not short, You know, like I'm a big person. I'm not like I'm a big person as in like I'm tall and I got the proportions. You know, I'm big, but I'm not like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm not a small, tiny person. I'm a large person, and I also like feel like my life I've been living as this tiny person when I'm not. You know what I mean? And also at the same time, like I'm not like, oh my god, look at me. Like that's not the kind of person I've ever been. I love attention from people who I love and I want their attention, but I'm not gonna be out in public like, look at me. Sometimes I do feel like that though, I'm not gonna lie. You can tell in the clothes I'm wearing. But yeah, for the most part, you know, take up space. Like be yourself. Like don't be afraid to laugh. Like if you gotta sneeze, oh my god, my sneezes sound like screams, guys. I get so nervous in public when I sneeze. But I've gotten to a point where I'm like, fuck it. If people want to come running and freaking out because I'm sneezing, I just tell them it's a sneeze. Like a bodily function I'm nervous about. But I have made people freak out about it before. So like I have every reason to freak out, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and build that legacy of peace. So connect the architecture to real life longevity. Your roles determine your rhythm determines your consistency, and your consistency creates permanent afterglow. Like we were talking about afterglow with last month or the month before that. Whoa, my eye. Do you guys see my eye? The permanent afterglow. We were talking about afterglow after like, you know, the manifestations come in and like we're experiencing that high, that excitement, right? Still experiencing that manifestation. You know what I mean? Anyway, still secret though. I ain't gonna tell you what it is yet. But like that afterglow, that feeling, that confidence boost. Honestly, when my manifestation came in, it was definitely a confidence boost. Like how I was like my whole life, I knew that this was something that was meant to be, and then it fucking shows up, and I'm like, oh shit, it's real. I'm not crazy, and that's a confidence boost. You're like, yeah, the thing I've always wanted. Like it shows up, and you're like, yes. So like it's definitely a confidence boost. That afterglow, that feeling. Something like that. But like we want to keep that going. We want to keep that feeling going. So what you got to do is, you know, step into your long-term laws. You know, all your non-negotiables. What are you going to tolerate, and what are you not going to tolerate? What are your terms and conditions for existing? And also on top of that, what are your terms and conditions for existing in your own world? Because we all perceive things differently, and what you might think is fine in your reality is not fine in someone else's reality. So like what's going on with you? That's another reason why I told you, like, if you're gonna make these rules, or like go to other people for maybe advice, okay? But like their information, like what they give you, I don't have a grain of sand in front of me. But take it as a grain of sand. Like it's not the end all be all, right? It's really not. Like your word is the end all be all right? Your word, not theirs, yours. Okay. So we want to take our non-negotiables and turn that into a rhythm, something that we just do, like a rhythm. Anyway, and it's something that just continues going, you know, at its own pace, right? And then that creates the longevity, that creates the long term. That's like it's like, you know, when the beat kicks in, well, the beat, when you listen to a song, it's like in the beginning, and then all of a sudden the beat hits, and it's like, you know what I mean? You're in the beginning where it's like, it's kind of in the beginning, you're like, okay, I'm not sure where she's gonna go, and then when the beat hits, you're like, oh shit, that's where we're trying to get to, that oh shit moment where you're like, when the beat kick in hard, or the chorus kick in, you know, whatever, it kick in, and it like gives it that extra life. That is the afterglow. That is the what you want to like perpetuate in your life, right? And you want to stay consistent. That's another thing too. Consistency creates this. You have to be consistent with upholding your boundaries, upholding your non-negotiables, with upholding your life. This is your life. This is not someone else's life. That's what another reason. Don't go to other people for things you should be going to yourself for. Okay? all the answers are within you. No one else has those answers for you. No one else is going to be able to tell you or give you like the perfect life list of shit that you need to do. No one's going to give it to you because no one knows you like you know you, right? No one does. And like I said, advice is fine, but take it with a grain of salt. I wish I had a fucking piece of salt or sand or something to like show you. I have small pebbles. Those I got. Around here. It's crazy because I got so much shit on this desk you can't even see it. Anyway, but yeah, take away grain sand. It's gonna make that permanent after go because like once they become habits, and like I said before, it takes 21 days. About I'm gonna say about because it's not. I mean, it's not perfect, right? But it takes about 21 days to create a mental, a new habit in your mind to. And this is not breaking down the old. It breaks down the old habit in yes, but when this habit like it's very fresh and you want to keep doing it, like you got to keep doing, you have to keep doing it, you can't stop, like it needs to be intentional. Like if you decide like let's say one of your coworkers, because I talked about this a couple weeks ago, let's say one of your coworkers is an asshole, right? And let's just call her Sally. I'm sorry if your name is Sally, okay? Sorry if your name is Sally. This is not about you, okay? Unless you be going through these things and maybe you need to look at your life. Anyway, no. But let's say, Sally at work and Sally's bullying you because, like, wherever you go, there will be bullies. Let's just say Sally's bullying you every day, right? And it's not like enough to like take it to HR and like tell them because the way that she's doing it is in such an obscure way that it's like hard to pinpoint whether it is bullying, but deep down it is. I'm not saying you should definitely take it to HR if you can, but I'm saying like maybe it's like so weird that it's like fuck, how do I even like file this as a complaint, right? But let's say she is, and maybe she's just, or maybe she's just a grumpy motherfucker. She's grumpy, right? There's nothing wrong with being grumpy. But let's say she's grumpy and she's rude to you all the time. And you're like, I don't want to deal with fucking Sally, but I have to take these reports to Sally by the end of the day, or like whatever. You gotta take the reports to Sally. You gotta take the whatever to Sally. You gotta walk past Sally. Maybe she's at the water fountain. You gotta go there, and she's always spitting shade. I don't know. But let's say that you gotta deal with Sally. Well, instead of like dealing with Sally, you're like, I'm just gonna like, okay, you stay over there and do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. If I gotta talk to you, it's only about business, and then that's it. Like, here's the reports. Blah 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 about this report. Blah 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 about that one. This is a little extra notes. Okay, bye. Walk away. If she needs anything else, she can email you. Right? Like, you don't need to like sit there and like force yourself to do that. And that's like a boundary that you set, right? So then that creates a habit. So now when you get around other people that are like Sally, or people who remind you of Sally, or people who give you bad vibes like Sally does, then you're gonna be like, okay, I just need to show up, do the work, and like give you my stuff, and then leave. I don't have to sit here and like entertain this bullshit, right? And then that becomes a habit, and then you, like I said, you meet other people. It gets built in because you're like, oh, I already dealt with this difficult person. Now I can deal with this other difficult person in the same way, right? I'm not saying everyone's gonna be able to do it. Some people are gonna be more hard headed than others. But if they don't like you, then I'm pretty sure they're gonna love that outcome. They're gonna enjoy not having to talk to you as much as you already were, or whatever. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I've met a lot of grumpy people in my life, and most of them ended up being sweethearts. But that's because I've kind of broke them down because I'm a weirdo like that. Like, if I think someone's cool, but they're really like grumpy and like kind of an asshole, like I kind of make it a point to become their friends because I think they're cool. I do it with dogs too. Like, dog doesn't like me. Oh, you gonna fucking love me. Cat doesn't like me. You gonna fucking love me because by the time I get my hands on you, start scratching, you gonna be like, oh my god, why didn't I come up to you sooner? Oh my god! And then every single time they see me after that, they're like, ah! And the owner's like, they never do that. You must be magic. No, I'm not magic. I just know exactly where to scratch. Specifically with pets. With people, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you scratch your ego just a little bit, and then they're like, "Oh my god, this person actually understands." I don't know. I'm weird like that. I'm just a weird person. I like grumpy people. I think grumpy people are cool. Most grumpy people have like so many things to share. Don't don't back away from grumpy people because they grumpy. I guess that's the moral of the story. Okay. So I just want to re-emphasize, our core value, humanity over perfection, right? If you slip up and forget a routine, the Constitution isn't destroyed, right? Like, if you slip up and fuck up, like, oh my God. The whole world is not coming to it's not crashing down, right? The whole world doesn't end. Just like earlier when I was talking about losing people, like, if you've lost people in your life, I understand. I'm sorry. That's really unfortunate. And if you went through something recently and I'm triggering you, I am sorry. But the whole world's not going to end. Like, your world might feel like it's ending, but it's not. Like, you will carry on. You will continue. Like, life goes on. And in the way of what we're talking about, in like upholding our upholding our non-negotiables and our boundaries, like I've said before multiple times, you're gonna fail. There's no way around that. You're gonna fail, and when you do, it's just about getting up, dusting yourself off, and getting right back to it, instead of like freaking out and be like, "Oh my God, not really!" Like I don't know. I know some people that have cheat days, right? Like cheat days, and they'll be like, or they'll be like, oh, I'll just eat this like little snack or something, and then they'll be my like cheat meal or whatever for like the week or like for the day or whatever. Maybe they have like one cheat snack or something, which I think is sustainable. If you want to like really work out and like you want to like not binge eat, when you have a cheat day and it turns into a cheat week and then a cheat month and then a cheat year, um, then it's okay if that happens, but as soon as you catch yourself, go right back to what you were doing. But I was saying it's sustainable for like losing weight and stuff like that. Like maybe you have like a snack, maybe like one time a day or like every other day, like you have like a whole candy bar. Is that the worst possible thing? Oh my God, did I just shatter your brain? You can just eat like one whole like Snickers bar or something. Like, they're not that big, this big, a Snickers bar or something, or like some Twix, or I don't know, like whatever your favorite candy is, like every other day, or like twice a week or something. Like you get to eat like a whole pint of ice cream. I don't know, whatever. But like, in order for you not to start binge eating and like eating a bunch of shit that you know you shouldn't, sometimes you gotta sprinkle in the little bad things so that you stay to the good things. I don't know. That's gonna help somebody. If you're still here at the end and that helped you, leave a comment. I want to know who you are. Some of these tangents, I'm like, this is for somebody. Somebody's gonna enjoy this or find this very, very valuable. So realize that like you're a human. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm not editing this video like that. So you're gonna see all of the shit, all the things that I did, all the things I said. I'm a president. Oh my God. Anyway, but you're here for that. Like, I'm not perfect in no way, shape, or form. I ain't fucking perfect. I hate when people are like, oh my God, you're perfect. Bitch, what the fuck is that? Like, when people tell me I'm perfect, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, actually, what does it mean? Because perfection, one, isn't a thing, because it's literally a social contract. Like, beauty in the eye of the beholder. In the eye of the beholder. Perfection, also in the eye of the beholder. There's a lot of things that I've done. Like, I've done things or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, this worked out perfectly, because in my mind, it did. But to other people, they're like, that's messy as fuck, or that's whatever. Like, what do you mean perfect? What are you talking about? It's it's the eye of the beholder. Am I right? Am I right? My dog's going to town on the legs again. Because of the mosquitoes. Fucking itchy ass mosquitoes. So if you slip up and forget, right? It's just go back to what you're doing, and also extend compassion to yourself. Like, don't beat yourself up. Like, if you realize that, oh, I fucked up, don't be like, oh, I fucked up, you piece of shit, oh, you always fuck up. No. Breathe, like we did earlier, like we did, like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes, I don't know, some time ago. Breathe and give yourself compassion, because you're a human being who is not perfect, who is not going to have everything figured out ever. Probably even until the day you die, you're probably never going to have anything like completely figured out. You probably won't even have yourself figured out, right? This is a lifelong journey. When I'm talking, all the stuff that I'm talking about, they're lifelong journeys. This is stuff that you have to work through. This is stuff I'm still working through. Like I said earlier, like, I'm still used to like being like shrunk up and like tiny and like public, when I really am like I'm almost 6 fucking feet tall, bro. This fro makes me definitely seem more than I'm 6 foot fucking tall. Like, I ain't little skinny mini either. Like, I got hips. Like, when I'm on the plane, like, I touch both seats. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, like, just show yourself compassion and love because you deserve it. Like, if anything, you deserve that love and compassion, right? And show yourself that, and then go back to what it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? That's all you have to do. Show yourself love and compassion. Don't beat yourself up. Breathe, and go right back to the thing that you were going to do. And hey, maybe it was like you didn't like enforce this boundary with a specific person, okay, that's fine. Go back and enforce it. Just go back and enforce it. You don't have to explain them, or you can be like, hey, earlier I was out of my right mind. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? You can do that. That's okay. You can change your mind. You are a human. We are humans. Humans are allowed to change their minds. You know who else changed their minds? Plenty of non-human animals too. Changing your mind is just a normal part of life. And if you decide, hey, I'm 60 years old, I don't want to be retired. I want to go back to work. You can change your mind. Or you can be like, hey, I'm 40 years old. I have millions in the bank. I decide I don't want to work no more. You can do that. You can change your mind. Or you can be like, hey, I'm in school. I'm about to take the bar exam for law. I don't want to take that shit. I want to go do something else. Go do it. You can change your mind. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to fuck up. All of that's fine. Just hold compassion and love for yourself. And that's all you need. That's all you need. Okay. And then, yeah. And then just step back into your power. You can do it the next day or you can do it the next hour. Like, you can take a little bit of time, because sometimes it takes time, like, especially if it's something like a non-negotiable and it like really makes you upset that you like didn't follow through, and I completely understand that. Then take the time that you need to work with yourself to calm down. I'm lighting the incense. That you need to calm down so that you're able to step back into that and back into your power and to become that person that you know you want to be or that you should be or that you're gonna. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you should be, you could be, you're gonna be. I said that over here. Like the fucking mic's gonna catch that. I don't know if it did. Maybe it did. Maybe I just repeated myself. I don't know. I have to do the fucking captions anyway. Anyway, the captions. Okay. So I just want to thank you guys, right? Because this is the outro. I want to thank you guys. This is one of the longest videos this month, but I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you guys for like showing up for yourself. I want to thank you guys for like being who you are and learning about yourselves and like showing up sovereign, showing up as someone who's not gonna keep taking that ish, that you're not gonna keep taking that, and who's gonna like show up for themselves in a way that they've never done before, because who else is going to do it for you if not you? And like I said earlier, no one can tell you what your non-negotiables, what your constitution is. No one can tell you that but you. You are the ultimate person to make that decision. Burn my face into your skull when you think about having other people make your own rules for your own fucking life. All right? This scary face, think about it. When you think about making rules for yourself, and you don't even take your own opinion into consideration, think about this face. It's crazy because you're crazy. What are you doing? How can those people tell you what you can and cannot do or should do, right? Right. I want to thank you guys for being here for Mental Health Awareness Month, because I mean it's always Mental Health Awareness Month around here. What are we talking about? That's what this is about. It's all about mental health and physical health and just health in general. Like, I'm mostly about mental health though, because mental health is so important. And I feel like I have a lot of things to share. Helpful things, of course. I've been through so much stuff. This gnat popped at me. That was like, wait, and then it disappeared. Anyway, so yeah, I want you guys to also like, I want you guys to think about this prompt, right? I wrote the prompt. Obviously I wrote the prompt. But the prompt is I didn't write it down here, but I have it on my computer, so I should probably, honestly, I should record in here and then like just keep my notes on the computer instead of like here. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Anyway, what is one non-negotiable you have implemented this month that brings you deep inner peace, knowing that you have your own back? What have you implemented? I mean, it could literally be something as simple as going on a walk every morning. It could be as simple as going for a walk after dinner. It could be as simple as putting your phone in do not disturb when you're asleep. It could be as simple as putting your phone in a different room when you sleep. It could be as simple as leaving your phone at the front door of the house when you walk in. It could be as simple. I keep saying phone stuff. I don't know what it keeps coming to me. Maybe you guys are like dealing with your phones and it's like bothering you. Those are like 4 ideas I just gave you. But you know, it could literally be anything, or it could be like, I will not tolerate Sally anymore. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go report her to HR. I won't tolerate anybody who reminds me of Sally, so we're gonna report all those people to HR. And guess who HR is? It's you. You're HR, because you're the only person that can be a resource for yourself, right? An internal resource for yourself. You're the only person who's gonna be able to check in and know how you're doing, right? Right, yeah, okay. So I hope you guys like comment that stuff down below. I would love to know what you guys are non-negotiables, and like, because it's gonna help other people too. Be like, oh shit, that's a good one. You know what I mean? So write it down below, seriously, actually. And then the Saturday, I'll also be doing that again, so you guys can come out to the social medias. You can find the social medias in the link tree down below. You can go to my channel, and you can find all of my social medias there. You can go directly to that. In the link tree, there's also a support me page. Please consider supporting me if you found value in this, if this is helpful to you, if this is something like, I would love some monetary support, because there's stuff I want to do with this that I cannot do right now because I'm struggling, bro. I just told you earlier, I ain't got no fucking AC, bro. Okay, come on, right? Anyway, so if you guys want to help, that'd be helpful, because there's a lot of things I would like to do with a mindful adventure. Like, all your guys' money goes straight for that anyway. Like, I literally like, I'd be paying for the space that I rent out for the server space for the site, and for to do other things with the site, you know, add security, not just security. I mean, I have plenty of security, but like add like other things like coding, and like people go in and fix stuff that I don't want to fix. To update like other things, or to get some more supplies, because like I would like a better mic. This mic is not great, but I would like a little bit of a better mic. Maybe some lighting. Like I got some I got lights for now. And then the sun is coming from this way. So not directly, but it's lighting up outside in here. Anyway, your monetary donations would be put to good use, and I would appreciate them. Yes, but of course, I would appreciate you guys commenting more than anything, because commenting and liking and sharing is what brings people into the community, so we can actually like really form this community, because this is a community. I'm trying to build a community, a safe space for all of us to come and talk, because not a lot of people have a place where they can come and talk about mental health stuff, and talk about like mindfulness, and talk about like their journey in general. Like, that's another reason I like to do live streams on Saturdays, because I want to share with you guys. I want to open up with you guys. I want to share. Like, I'm a fucking human. I make mistakes, and I'm just like you. Just because I'm on the side of the screen and you're watching me from wherever you are doesn't mean I'm not you. I'm not you directly, but I'm a human like you. We all bleed red, unless you're an alien, or what is it, horseshoe crab? They bleed blue. So unless you're a horseshoe crab, I highly doubt you're not. Because if you are, if you're a horseshoe crab, drop a horseshoe in the comment. Okay. All right. I love you guys so very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Seriously, guys, like, stick around. We about to ramp up. I'm about to do things that I didn't think I was gonna do anytime soon. Well, I thought I was gonna do them sooner, but now I'm doing them now because it's time. It's time. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.